In the room, we have several people who have been honored previously by the Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club, whether it's been a player, a team, a coach. Many have done that. And we strive to be as democratic as possible and pass the torch and make sure that we recognize as many people as we can. But we have a lot of previous honorees that are here today. We salute them, recognize them, and understand that we always try to make sure that we pass the torch, as it were, and make sure that we have people that can win awards and move forward so we don't repeat as many times as possible. Sometimes that's not possible, but we do our best to try to select our annual award winners, and it's time for that right now. So with that, our player of the year has more to accomplish at the high school level, but his accomplishments to this point have already been amazing. As a junior, he was part of a special season, leading his team to an unbeaten campaign, culminating with a state championship at the highest level of competition, capturing the Division I Select State Championship. On the season, he completed 194 of 296 passes, 65.5%, for 3,398 yards and 34 touchdowns. As the consummate dual-threat quarterback, he rushed 103 times for 901 yards and 16 touchdowns, accounting for 50 touchdowns in a tremendous season, as the Car Cougars raced through a perfect 13-0 season, finishing it in demonstrative fashion as top-seeded Car demolished number 2 Alexandria, previously unbeaten, 53-8 in the Caesar Superdome. Ladies and gentlemen, our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club, CrescentCitySports.com, 1061 The Ticket, and Ken Trahan's Original Prep Football Report and Friday Night Football Prep Player of the Year for 2024, presented by the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, is Car Cougars quarterback John Johnson. John?
I want to thank God again, of course, blessing me for this opportunity. I want to thank my parents. Without them, I wouldn't be here, especially my dad. He taught me everything I knew. I want to thank my grandparents for being there for me. Everybody always supported me, my coaches, my uncles. And I want to thank Mr. Brown again, Mr. Trahan, for allowing me to get this opportunity. Thank you.
Got 2 pieces of hardware there for you, so you can have a lot to carry out, but I guess you don't mind very much. So John Johnson, our Player of the Year, and congratulations to John. We turn our second award, which is our Coach of the Year, and for that, it's an amazing story. In the spirit of the Christmas season, it's a story of amazing grace, redemption, and making things right. You can go home again. In 1987, he captured a state championship at the school and program that he built into one of the best programs in Louisiana. After leaving, he went on to coach successful programs at West Jefferson and Ponchatoula, including taking the latter to a state championship game appearance. After over 2 decades away, he disproved Thomas Wolfe by going home again to Marrero. And in 3 years, he reached the mountaintop, leading his Archbishop Shaw Eagles to a second state championship. 37 years later, the second in school history, both his. Eagles defeated E.D. White 28-25 in the Division II Select State Championship at the Caesar Superdome, the 6th team he's taken to a state championship game. Now the 6th winningest coach in Louisiana prep football history and counting. He is our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club, CrescentCitySports.com, 1061 The Ticket, Ken Trahan's Original Prep Football Report, and the Friday Night Football Coach of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and congratulate Coach Hank Tierney of our team.
Was shocked to say the least. Very appreciative. A whole lot of people were involved in what has transpired in Shaw in the last 3 years. I'm just a small part of that. So many great coaches in this room. So many great people that have been so good for high school football. I'm truly honored to have been selected for this. Have really have going short right now. Really haven't turned around. Like I said, so many good people have allowed this to happen. I'm just very blessed to have been in the right place at the right time and to return to the school that I love. So on behalf of everyone at Archbishop Shaw High School, I thank you for this honor.
As we get to our final award, our Team of the Year, we announced today that by proclamation of those of us involved with the quarterback club, that from this point forward, this award will be known as the Ed Daniels Team of the Year. And in Louisiana, there are 8 state champions crowned annually. And all are deserving, outstanding teams, and we commend them, including South Plaquemine and Archbishop Shaw, who are represented here today. One team stood out as the best team in the state and joint select Division IV champion Vermilion Catholic as the only undefeated state champions of the 8, and their accomplishment took place in the highest classification, Division I select. Along the way, they won the best district in Louisiana. They captured the 9-5-8 title in dominant fashion. Along the way, they defeated state champion Archbishop Shaw, defending state champions Catholic of Baton Rouge and St. Thomas More, state semifinalist John Curtis Christian, state quarterfinalist Archbishop Rommel, along with other excellent wins. 12 of its 13 wins came by double figures, an illustration of how good this football team was. And in the state championship game, they destroyed a really good football team and a previously unbeaten team, Alexandria, 53-8 for the Division I Select Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, our Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club, CrescentCitySports.com, 1061 The Ticket, and Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report, and Friday Night Football Team of the Year, the Ed Daniels Team of the Year, the Carr Cougars. Bryce, come on up.
Good evening. I'm going to keep the same vibe. I'm going to keep the speech short. But I want to thank God. We are all so blessed to be in this room, not only as coaches, as players, as parents, but as human beings. Winning builds character, but it also reveals it. How you win matters. And I think in this room today, we've learned it doesn't matter if you're private, Catholic, public, charter school. We have the best talent in the nation in this room. And I think these gentlemen in front of me exemplify what it is to be different, and that's why they're sitting here. A long time ago, me and Coach Lou worked together 20 years ago. And we talked about dynasties like the Shaw of the 80s, the John Curtis, the St. Augustines. How do you make this a real reality instead of a perception? You have to have good people. But in the end, you have to have good players. And what I've learned here in my 20 years at Carr, players like John Johnson make coaches like Bryce Brown, because these student athletes exemplify the character that no one can instill in them but their parents, the character of listening instead of pretending like they're listening. Having to see John win these 2 awards tonight puts things in perspective for me, that family is real. And the closer family is, the better the outcome. Because just like in football, we approach each week with expectation. Right? Our expectation is to win, and we have to prepare to win. But it leads to our performance, which leads to the outcome. And the outcome, what I've seen from him, and I hate to put him on blast because it's a team award, but I think it started with him to put family first and football second. is the ultimate sacrifice. When you sacrifice something, you gain something else. And as I sit here at the table with his grandparents and his dad and Coach Rousseau and Coach Mr. Brown, I'm reflective of that. That what we do counts, right? But how we do it matters. And I think if we keep instilling in our young people, black, white, no matter the race, the core values and beliefs as people and how to be and how to appreciate where we are and not where we're about to go, not to look at somebody else's life on our phone, but pour into our children's lives right there in front of us, we're going to have a great outcome. But that takes preparation. You know, I want to thank him. I want to thank the team, the coaches. This is a team award. To go undefeated in this league is very tiring. Let me add that, because you have to watch so much film to prepare for the next opponent because everybody is so good. But the ultimate thing is, how do the kids buy into the core beliefs of your program? And I just thank the kids so much. And we're still celebrating at 4,400. You know, it used to be 33, 32. But I just want to give another quick shout out to Coach Hank. Coach, you're legendary. If I haven't told you before, I want to tell you in public, you've inspired people to not only worry about the wins and losses, but the character of the man. You can remember all your players because that means something to you. And that speaks what kind of man you are. And I know Coach Curtis isn't here tonight, but he's the same way. But I want to thank everybody and just realize we are not the drivers of our car. Our ultimate Savior, Jesus Christ, is. And he's putting us in a position to where we can be responsible and where we can be accountable and where we can pass that on to these people that's sitting in front of us today. Thank you.